Top 13 Biggest Unsolved Mysteries in the World. 1 Jack the Ripper. 2 Georgia Guidestones. 3 Cicada 3301. 4 Wow Signal. 5 Shugborough Inscription. 6 Lost City of Atlantis. 7 Alcatraz Prisoners. 8 Pollock Twins. 9 Phaistos Disc. 10 Beale Ciphers. 11 The Immortal Count. 12 Dyatlov Pass. 13 Rongorongo. 1 Jack the Ripper, the most famous serial killer ever. He who stalked the streets of London and murdered prostitutes in gruesome, horrible ways. His image was built up in folklore, misinformation and media attention to such a degree that we may never know the full story. But we do know he killed at least 5 women and was within seconds of getting caught. 2 Georgia Guidestones, referred to as a modern Stonehenge located in Elbert County, Georgia. It's a series of stones engraved in 8 different languages relaying 10 new commandments. For an age of reason, this stone doesn't contain any encrypted message, but the reason and origin for them is the mystery: who built them, and for what purpose. Some of the commandments are vague and somewhat sinister, including the first, which advises a human population of 500 million. 3 Cicada 3301, a puzzle that started in 2012 and has continued ever since. A scannable puzzle game that draws on cryptography, mathematics, literature, hidden messages, philosophy and a host of other topics. The clues have sprung up in Poland, Hawaii, Spain, Australia and Korea, with the goal to find intelligent people with the hope of meeting those that solve all the puzzles. Many on the internet believe it's a recruitment tool for the CIA or other top secret government organization, or possibly to recruit for a global think tank. The last clue came up in January, and will continue in January 2015. 4 Wow Signal. 1977. A strong narrowband radio signal detected from outer space by Jerry R. Eman working on the Big Ear radio telescope of Ohio. For 72 seconds a signal was coming in, and Jerry was so excited that he wrote the words "wow" on the sheet of paper, which become the subject of heated media attention. If it did come from extraterrestrials in the Sagittarius cluster, they'd need to be highly advanced, sending out a signal far more powerful than anything Earth has come up with. In 2012, we sent back 10,000 Twitter messages in the direction the signal originated. 5 Shugborough Inscription, an 18th century shepherd's monument located in Staffordshire, England, with a recreated sculpture of a famous painting known as Arcadian Shepherds. However, this painting contains the bizarre series of letters, Dawes Bavm, a code left by the Knights Templar, apparently unbreakable, which reveals the location of the Holy Grail. Some of the world's greatest minds have attempted to reveal the secret, but all failed, including Dickens and Charles Darwin. 6 Lost City of Atlantis. The fabled island city, a world power in the 10th millennium that vanished overnight. Plato mentioned it in his story, that it attacked Athens, failed and then was sunk very soon after, but he claims it stood in front of the Pillars of Hercules, and we haven't found much evidence of this supposed city in Earth's geography. 7 Alcatraz Prisoners. 1963, the Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary off San Francisco, guards checked into the cells of 3 inmates, Clarence, John and Frank, and everything seemed fine. Soon afterwards, though, the guards realized it wasn't men who were in the beds, but 3 dummies constructed from soap and toilet paper. 8 Pollock Twins, a story from 1957 about supposed reincarnation. 2 girl sisters 11 and 6 years old killed in a car accident in England, with their mother giving birth to twins the following year. One of the twins bore the exact same birthmarks as her deceased sister in exactly the same places, and it got spookier when the girls requested exactly the dead sister's toys, which they couldn't possibly have known about. They also asked to be taken to places they'd never heard of, like a park the departed sisters had been to. 9 Phaistos Disc, a famous puzzle in the field of archaeology. This disc was discovered in 1908 in the Minoan Palace of Phaistos. It's made of a type of fired clay printed with mysterious symbols and hieroglyphics. believed to have been created around 2nd millennium BC. 10 Beale Ciphers, a series of 3 ciphertexts that are rumored to reveal the location of the biggest cache of treasures ever recorded in U.S. history. Thousands of pounds of gold and jewels. 11 The Immortal Count, a man that kept showing up in history, known to consort with some of Europe's most famous figures like Casanova, Voltaire, Enlis 15 and George Washington. Some say he was born in the early 1700s, always turning up to set up an alchemy laboratory. He speaks 12 languages, can play the violin, paint, great wealth, never eating in public, and usually sold recipes to remove wrinkles or dye hair. He's been seen, even up to the 21st century, always associated with secret societies like the Freemasons and Illuminati. 12 Dyatlov Pass. This is a Russian story from a mountain known to the locals as Dead Mountain, in which 10 people attempted to scale it using a dangerous route. They had taken a wrong turn, and wound up lost, and when a search team went out to look for them, all that turned up were broken tents filled with supplies, campers cutting through their tent from the inside and bolting into the night. 13 Rongorongo, an island off the southeastern Pacific Ocean housing the Rapa Nui people who lived over 1,000 miles with no influence from outside society. They carved a number of these large moa-head sculptures, but they also left behind a series of wooden glyph tablets with an indecipherable language. Because of their isolation,